Okay. As you can see on my screen, and I hope that both audio and screens are fine, you see the ScalpTool in action. So the ScalpTool is a very professional, high-level trading and scalping platform designed by Roberto Vernaleone, which is one of the well-known Italian scalper, mainly active on bonds, cash, stocks, and futures. So the ScalpTool is designed as a platform for aggressive traders and scalpers. The main difference is that the ScalpTool provides, respect to any other platform in the market, are basically the speed and the easy to manage orders. Okay, we perfectly know that one of the most difficult thing on the market is managing quickly order, especially if you trade the market like ES or any other electronic markets. Nowadays, it's getting really difficult due to algos and high-frequency trading. So the ScalpTool can really provide an edge to the normal trading activity and scalping activity. So the ScalpTool can look like a very simple trading platform, and that's easy for managing orders, but has a lot of capabilities that in this webinar today I would like to show you, as for example the vertical DOM. As you can see, the ScalpTool provides two different order book. One is the standard order book, which you can see on the very right of my screen. I'm just moving beside underneath the clock. You can see all price levels, all bids and offers, and in addition to that, you can see the bid count and ask count. That's an additional feature that the ScalpTool is providing to all the ScalpTool users. And that's really interesting because you can see the depth of the market and who is trading, who is not. But let's see in the next minutes. So the first thing I would like to show you within the ScalpTool is a vertical DOM. As you know, managing orders with a vertical order book or DOM is really simple and easy, and must be absolutely effective in terms of a very small time, like milliseconds or a portion of a second. So one of the main features of the ScalpTool is handling orders, and that's the main topic for today. So first of all, let's look at the ScalpTool. The vertical super DOM provides you the same information that the standard one provides, like all the price levels, with all the volume for each price level on the very left of the order book. Also provide the market depth and the ask count and bid count. The meaning is, for example, if we look at the 1430 level, we see that there are actually 2,243 lots, in this case with the 259 count, meaning 270 now number of orders. That information is honestly really important because it tells you and gives you an idea of who is trading and how actively someone is trading on the level. And that's particularly interesting to find market makers and the professionals trading on the high liquid markets. So how to use the ScalpTool? As you see, I'm using a standard color, and on the last price, which is the last price traded, you can see a small white box around in this case, 31.5. That's the last price. Below the last traded price, you can place buy limit orders, and above that you can place sell limit orders. That's important because that gives you a really powerful feeling of the market, because if I want to switch, for example, at 1430 bid, I've just to select that and I'm in the market with a simple left mouse click. And it's done. So when I have to move an order, I can do it in several ways. We have the classic drag and drop for the orders. Okay, so we can move on the level we want to trade. Let's say I want to move at 28, just dragging and drop the orders. But the ScalpTool provides a very powerful way to handle the order, which is the fast order. The fast order can be enabled from the main toolbar. As you see, you can find here the BFO button. The BFO enables the fast order tools. What is the fast order tools? The fast order gives you the power to move the order quickly, so you have just to click on the new level you want to trade and your order will be immediately moved. Let's say you want to trade 14.29, just click on 14.29, 14.30 is done. So it's really quickly. And as Roberto suggests to every heavy scalper, the ScalpTool is based on the half click. So as soon as you click down your mouse, immediately the order will be moved on the level you wish to trade. And that's really important because you can take effectively action on the market quickly as soon as something happens. If you want to delete an order, you don't have to worry about cancel or strange button around the platform. You have just to left and right click. Left click to place an order, right click to cancel an order. Left click to place, right click to cancel. That's really powerful. If you have multiple orders within the ScalpTool, let's say I'm just placing 4 lots, okay, and you want to cancel every orders immediately, you have just to press the space bar from your keyboard. Immediately the ScalpTool will cancel all orders, both on bids and offer side. Meaning if I have some, some offer in and let's say some bid in, I want to delete and cancel immediately all my orders, just press the space bar from the keyboard and it's done. How do you see the order you have in the market? From the main control center for the ScalpTool. If you select Open Orders, a list will immediately appear with all the orders you have in. Let's say we want to place a bid at 28, and it's done. You have your order, status is open. If you have multiple orders on different markets and you want to remove every order, you have just to click on Remove All, confirm, delete, and everything is done. Very quickly. Because every scalpers and every EV trader needs to be in the market and needs to cancel immediately orders and orders. Especially in condition you want to use the priority. So let's talk about the priority of an order. What is priority and how the ScalpTool handles the priority to take advantage of the order. Okay. Let's say I want to place a bid at 29. Okay. As you see from every standard and regular order book, you know that probably 1,300 lots are in front of you, but you don't know who is behind you. And that's important because usually algos and high-frequency trading use that kind of techniques to move orders between the bid and the offer and to allow and to take effectively an edge on the order queue. So let's see how to use the priority orders. First of all, you have to enable the PO button, which is View Priority Orders. And it's done. The main information I can see now is, okay, I know that I have 1,314 lots in front of me, and just 21 behind me, 57, 6, 58. So it will probably being executed at the very end of the level. So when it's going to come to 28 3/4. That's a way that the ScalpTool provides an edge in terms of prioritizing the order and giving you the feeling of who is behind and in front of you. Same obviously can happen when you place a sell limit orders. Now let's say I know that I have in front of me 1,270 orders. Nothing is happening at the 33. But as soon as the market will start moving and someone is getting in and placing some limit orders at the 33, I will see my queue getting higher or lower. It depends obviously on the market and the price action. That's important. That's really important because that gives you a serious edge on the market. And if you are an active scalper and you want to take action, it's seriously a plugin that you have to use. Let's say now I have a level at 29. Okay, I want to get in with a long trade. So a buy limit at 29. I place my order at 29 and I see the queue moving. In the same time, as soon as I have my order close to get filled, I can immediately move my sell limit just to close the position. And that's a serious edge. So one of the most important things that the ScalpTool is providing is the advanced ticker, which can provide you powerful information like who is buying and selling and who is buying and selling what. What is the meaning of that? If we switch to the standard time and sale, okay, we see every single order in the market, and now one lot at 30, 3 lots at 29 3/4, and going ahead. But we don't have a serious feeling of what the big players are doing. They are seriously buying or selling. What are they doing? We don't know. So we have to switch to the advanced ticker, which is the TNS-MF. Later on, I will speak a lot about that because it's one of the most powerful add-ins that the ScalpTool provides. So let's try to get in at 29 if we get filled, and let's try to exit at 30. One of the most important things is you can see the queue. Now I have in front of me 1,076 lots and just 200 behind me. So lot of trades got cancelled around there. Okay, and that's important because probably algos are trying to take an advantage of the queue. Looking at the TMS-MF, which is the filtered time and sale, you see that it's totally different looking. In this case, we see that the market pressure is mainly on the short side. You see 1,400 sold, 700 sold, again 573 sold, 653 sold. That's important. That's a serious hedge that the ScalpTool is providing because it gives you a a good feeling and good looking of what is getting in the market. In addition to that, you can customize whole information. Like, for example, I want to track all trades larger than 300 lots. How to do that? Every customization can be done, from the regular or from the standard book. Okay? If you see from the standard book, you see the TMF button. Okay? As soon as you click on the TMF button, you will see that you can customize two information, TMF1 and TMF2. The third box is just related to the increase, to the step that increases the TMF. Let's say I want to select 250 and I want to increase by 50 per time. So if I select 250 plus 50 is 300, and it's done. 350, 400. Basically, this way to handle the big players in the market is coming from Roberto Vernaleone experiences. So every market has its own way to get a trader. Some market is getting really liquid, like the ES. Someone is providing a lower liquidity, like the DAX future, for example. Or if you want to see, let's say, the Russell, and stuff like that. Or the currency, the FX currency. So you can customize your feeling in the market. For example, if you trade on the Globex session, usually 200 is a good size to filter the market. But if you look at the regular trading hours, 200 is nothing. So you have to switch like 500 or 1,000. Let's see what happened placing 1,000 on the TMF2. Okay. So, in this way, whole trades larger than 1,000 appears here in the T and S column. What is the important information that is getting showed to everybody? They started selling hugely. Let me put the over there. They started selling short hugely, or covering some long position anyway, around 30.5. And now you see that the market activity went from 33.25 to 32, back to 34, back again to 30. So the market is really on the short side now. As soon as some big player get in, like this one, you see the green aggregation, like 1,036 lot have been both at 30.75, which is a good information because probably the market is trying to handle this short leg. I don't know. That's probably another information that can be useful to understand and to take the right direction. If we want to use the time and sale all, in this case the ScalpTool will show you all the trades larger than 1,000 on the right column and all the trades in terms of time and sale which get sold or both in the market. So let's focus on that. Let's move to 400. Let's move back to 400. Let's focus on that. So what can we see now is just some buying activity around 30.25 to 30.75, so just for half a point. That doesn't mean that the market is turning up. That gives you an important information. The same information can be useful to be plotted on a chart. I will talk about that a bit later, as soon as something is moving. But anyway, that's the main ScalpTool chart with the buy and sell indicator. I will talk about that a bit later, because I want to obviously get filled at 29 just to let you see how to manage the trade, because it's really easy. It's really easy, seriously. So now in this case you can see that I have in front of me 1,076 orders and just 100, around 200 now, behind me. So that's not a good information, because probably when I will be filled, if I get filled, I have just 100 lots behind me, and probably the market will turn to 28 and 75 really quickly. So in this case, active traders and active scalpers want to take an edge and place multiple orders in the market. Let's say I want to place 2 lots at 27. An additional 2 lots at 27. What's happening now? If for some reason I want to use the fast order bar, which I remind you can be enabled by the BFO button or just pressing the S on your keyboard, S as a standard, S. If you press S, you will see that the fast order is being enabled and disabled. Okay? In this case, you see that I'm using the fast order to manage the trade. I have 1 lot working in front and 2 lots working behind me. As soon as I move my, let's say I want to be aggressive and I am moving my 1 lots, let's say at 26, immediately the fast order enables me to move the 2 lots. You see that I am giving priority, okay, to the 1 lot size and moving up and down just 1 lot. If for some reason I want to be aggressive and I want to use the 2 lots in front of my trading, I don't have to worry about moving the first trade and just managing the 2 as an order size. I've just to use the ScalpTool capability with the fast order, just moving or just clicking below the second orders, and immediately the 2 lots will be behind me and I can use 1 lot. Okay, that's the meaning of the fast order. Obviously, I can use multiple order. Let's say I want to add an additional 5. You see that I am moving. Now I have 1 lot in front of the market, 2 lots behind the first order, and 5 on the queue. I want to be aggressive, so let's say I want to use 2 lots. I move the first lot behind that and just moving the 2 lots in the market. Obviously, that gives an edge and tend to be so powerful and so easy to be managed. And it's really something which can be, which can help heavy traders in the market. For some reason, I want to cancel all my orders, so keep in mind and remind, space bar, and immediately your full list of orders will be cancelled. Okay. When you decide to get filled, let's say I want to use 1 lot in the market, I want to bid at 29. Now I know that I have just 227, in this case 24, 23, 20 lot in front of me, and just 60 on my back. So what can I do in this case? Just place an offer at 30 and taking advantage of the queue. Okay? So immediately I place an order and I understand immediately who is getting in and out, in front and behind me. Okay, we got filled. So now you see on the left of the order book the P&L bar, which gives you information immediately on what is your P&L, tick by tick. So you know that, for example, in this case, I'm gaining a quarter of a point, $25 US, if I place an offer at 29.50 and stuff like that. And in the same time, we can see the price action is moving on the long side because someone is buying 29, 29.50. So let's see what happens. If I want to take an advantage, trading, let's say, exiting an order at 29.50, there is no reason to do that now. But if you want to close immediately your position, with the fast order enabled, you have just to click on every price below the standard, below the last traded price, to get out at market immediately. So I want to fire at 29.50, I have just to click down and it's filled. Really, really easily. That's what the ScalpTool is designed for. In this case, I would like to, to make a quick introduction to the meaning of the order flow and the time and sale, in this case for the ES. So let's move ahead the standard book and let's keep focus on the chart, the main chart. At the very beginning, it seems to be easy as a chart, but you can add as an indicator, as a main indicator, okay, you can add the buy and sell indicator, which is an historical aggregation of the order flow. So you can immediately understand who got in and who is getting out the market. It's easy, seriously easy. So you can see, for example, now that the market is totally bearish in this case, because we saw a May reversion around probably 34. Okay, we saw a May reversion, and now at the bottom of the market, like at 29 and a quarter, the market started turning up. In this case, you see in the right column the aggregation bars by bars. So in this case, 3 minutes by 3 minutes. That meaning that in the last bar, in the last 3 minutes bar, we had an imbalance with a positive volume of 1,381 lots. On the previous bar, we had a negative imbalance around 5,000 lots. And going ahead. That's an edge, that's a serious edge that every active trader should use to trade electronic markets such as ES and stuff like that. So it's important to understand the way that the ScalpTool is providing information like the market flow. Obviously, if you are using 1 minute chart, it's getting a bit more noisy. But this gives you an information, a clear information of the market activity. So as soon as the flow started from bearish to bullish, immediately the market reacted to that. And you see the market reaction with the positive imbalance, 884, 70 lots, 1049, 315, 761, and going ahead. That's another information that the ScalpTool is providing to everybody. Obviously, as every other platform, the ScalpTool is providing all kinds of orders, like limit orders, and we already saw how to use the orders and how to move an order, okay, but can provide you stop order. To enable stop orders, you have to click on the BCO button on the vertical book. The BCO button gives you a couple of choices. The first one is conditional orders on the local side. The meaning is, if you want to handle locally stop orders, you have just to select conditional local, CO local. If you want to handle your stop order server side, so giving it to the market and to the broker your orders, you have to select CO server. We strongly suggest to use a CO server. As soon as you enable the CO server, let's get focused on the stop order. As soon as you enable the server side order, you can place to enter a long stop order, just select the column above the price. In this case, I'm entering long at 32 in this example. So the market is going up and breaking 32. I know that I'm getting in. What is the advantage? The advantage is using that information with the queue. Let's say an example. I know that I placed an order at some level and I have just a few hundred in front of me. I know that I can gain a tick, just taking advantage of the queue. In this case, the ScalpTool is getting really more powerful and is providing an edge to everyone who is trading the market. If you want to cancel a stop order, you have just to click on the order. You can do with the left click twice or the right click, and your order will be cancelled. Same is happening for the short side. Let's say I want to short the break of, let's say in this case, 27. Okay. I want to exit, I don't know, for a couple of tick or for a tick, and taking advantage of the queue, just place a stop order, and it's done. Like every platform, every professional platform, the ScalpTool provides you OCO orders. OCO are working only for stop order. So, if you want to use, let's say, for example, a stop loss, an automatic stop loss, you have just to use the conditional server side and enable the stop loss button. By clicking stop loss, you know that as soon as the market will hit your stop order, you will be bounced out and all your orders will be cancelled. In this case, I'm using 4 ticks. But if I want to use, let's say, 10 ticks away the market, I have just to select 10. On the right of the tick distance, you see 100. That's a latency in milliseconds you may want to use or you may not. It depends on the latency you are experiencing on the market. Here in Europe, we are usually getting to Chicago around 250 to 260 milliseconds during the afternoon and around 200 milliseconds during the day, which is a good timing for the orders, which means that the speed time for the order to get to Chicago and getting back in terms of information is just showing, in this case, 265 milliseconds, which must be divided by 2. So if you divide by 2, you have the trip time, the one way to get in Chicago. That's another powerful tool that the ScalpTool is providing, because you know immediately that, for example, your cable line, your fiber is getting, busy and is getting some bottleneck or something like that. You immediately know that, understand that, and if you see something wrong on the latency, just cancel the order and get out the market immediately. Okay, going ahead with the stop loss orders, let's look at the conditional order local. Okay, it works in the same way as the conditional order server side work. Nothing more, nothing less. what is changing is you won't see any speed time, because the stop order in this case is handled locally. Okay, so I'm placing, let's say, 3 stop orders locally. Obviously, you can use both at the same time, let's say. So I'm placing 2 lots stop order at 27.25. One is handled locally and the other one is handled on the server side. Okay. When you handle an order locally, the advantage that you can have is you can customize a few things. So in this case, for example, I want to use 4 ticks or 5 ticks, and that means that if I'm placing, for example, a stop order at 28, the ScalpTool will start selling at market until the price is getting 5 ticks below 28. Okay? And an additional information which can be useful if you have ultra-low latency connection is the amount. What's the meaning of amount? Let's say I want to exit the market only if there are, let's say, 100 lots on the level I wish to exit. So I have just to select 100. So as soon as the level is showing lots, I won't exit. And as soon as the level is showing less than 100 lots, immediately the ScalpTool will fire the order. How many of you did experience that frustrating thing of using a stop loss order and getting out as soon as the market is touching your level, and probably is just executing 100 lots but nothing more? That's frustrating. That's why Roberto Vernaleone designed the conditional order local. But obviously you have to have an ultra fast connection line, which cannot be suitable in this case with 281 milliseconds. So we suggest you to use the conditional server. The VCL button is showing you all your condition. So in this case, I have a condition at 27, and you see here that I placed the order at 8:08:21 seconds. My price is 27, my quantity is 100, and I'm saying the ScalpTool, fire the order and try to sell as soon as the price reaches 27 and getting back to 25.75, which are exactly 5 ticks below 27. Obviously, if the market drops quickly and jumps the price, you won't be executed. So that's why we suggest to use the conditional local only for really experienced user. Instead, please use the conditional server side. Let's cancel the order. If we want to cancel a conditional order, we have just to select C cond local, cancel conditional local. You won't see, if you don't want to see the conditional bar, like CO server, which is the bar on the left, you have just to disable conditional server side, and you will have your pure order book. We had a few questions. One of the few questions is the meaning of the S level. I'm getting in a few seconds. One of the most important things for the ScalpTool, you can customize your size. Meaning, in this portion of the order book, I'm just trying to outline the, let me see if it's working. In this portion of the order book, I'm just outlining in yellow, you see that I'm selecting 1, 2, 5. Obviously, if I need something more, I can customize. But for example, if I wish to trade, let's say, 5, 10, 25 lots, immediately I can quickly switch to my preferred size. And it's really quickly. Everything can be done from your keyboard. Let's say you want to use quickly, you want to switch quickly from 5 to 10, you have just to select X from your keyboard. You want to select 25, just click C. You want to use the last, which is now, let's say, 29 or 30. You are on 25, you want to use quickly 30, just press the C, V button on your keyboard. So quickly switching from C to V permits you to move from a size to another. That's why it's so important. That's why it's so important dealing with the different size, different order size, because the market is volatile, is changing, is aptitude to be traded. So it's nice to see, in this case, let's switch back to 1, 2, 5, and 10. In this case, you see that the market is turning bullish again, meaning someone is intentionally buying the market. So 1,004 lots, both at 14.30. That's a really powerful information because the market is quickly turning up and we want to take action. And it's done, meaning we lost the market for probably 10 seconds and the market moved for a point. That's one of the best case study that happened in the webinar in the last probably few years. We saw in real time the price action moving from the downside to the upside. And let's look at the chart. Same is well visible from the chart. You see, in this case, the indicator is telling you, hey, attention, the market is reversing. And we saw that real time. So intentionally the market is moving up. That's a good information that every trader should use, and that should, I want to say, abuse, because we don't want to be against big players. We want to use the big players to get in the market. Because if some big players is getting in, we will probably get good execution, fast execution. We won't spend more than, let's say, a minute waiting to get filled. Now you see someone is covering some position. I usually use the ScalpTool. That's a suggestion I'm giving you. I usually use the ScalpTool with only the TMS MF, which is showing me a much clearer information. I really don't need the standard time and sale. I don't need to understand the flow. I just want to see what's happening within the big players, what the big players are doing, because they can move the market. I can spend hours and hours try to get in and out, but if I am facing some big players in front of me, that will be a problem. Okay. So we have had a lot of questions. Okay, one is regarding the S level, which is this button, and this is called the sweeps level. The sweep level is a way to handle the size that the order side, that size that Roberto strongly uses in the market, which can't be used in a market such as ES, because this meaning is if I am using and I'm selecting, checking the sweep level, and let's say I want to use, in this case, let me show you 250 lots. What's happening? As soon as I am in the market and I see, for example, some size which is 185 lots, I don't know, and I want to wipe out an entire level, immediately the ScalpTool will buy, in this case, 179 lot one shot, and all the level will be wiped out. That's the same thing that institutional are doing. 542, 998, 441. So that's what institutionals are doing. We strongly suggest to use really carefully, because if you don't cap the size and you have, for example, enough money in your account to buy 250 lots, the ScalpTool will buy 250 lots. So we'll try to buy everything until 250 lots. I won't use the sweep level on the futures market, but that's really useful on the stock or bond cash market. Okay. Live question. I saw an entire list of questions, and I would like to answer step by step, probably within emails or within the recording of this webinar. We will answer all the questions. Any other additional question regarding the fast order, regarding the ScalpTool, and stuff like that? Okay, we got a question. Okay, that's regarding the orders and the execution. So meaning, how do we see executions? If we go back to the ScalpTool main window, we see FO. FO button is the filled order button. Okay, the filled order button is giving you information regarding all the trades you did in the day. In this example, I've been long one at 29, and I covered my position at 29.50. Complete filled. If I want to switch to the performance tab, just select performance from within the ScalpTool, and let's look at the information. In this example, I traded the ES-Z2, which is E-mini S&P 500 DEC 12. I did the quantity out 1, price in 21, price out 21.50 for a total gain of 25. If I'm trading different future or different market and I want to see the performance by code, I've just to use the view by code. So you can see I traded the ES, Z2 for a gain of 25, volume 1. If I traded, let's say, 100 times or one trade for 100 lots, I would probably show volume 101. Okay? Okay, any other question regarding the order management? I would like to answer your question in the best way, because the ScalpTool seems probably to be overcomplicated, but it's not. It's just a very effective scalping platform. Okay, we got another question regarding the trial. The ScalpTool can be used as a trial, so if you wish to try out the ScalpTool within your live account, you have to go to the uspeed.com website. A second, just trying to open the Google Chrome. Okay, and to get a free trial, You have just to place your email, your name, your surname, and get a free trial. Within the free trial, you will have a demo for the data feed, which is Zenfire, and that's one of the most powerful data feed that we have ever seen and used in the market. If you need support, you can have a full session of video tutorials and question and answer for the ScalpTool. And if you want to get in touch with the USpeed team, just go to the forum, register, and give us your suggestion, or if you want to ask for a specific question. Okay, we had a few questions for the pricing. Regarding the pricing, I suggest you to use the USpeed website and contact form. A representative from the USpeed will be in touch with you shortly. Okay, so we see in this case the market is basically flat, so some tick up, some tick down, and that's basically nothing to do. We got another question. Can the ScalpTool be used on different market? Okay, so the ScalpTool can be used on every kind of market, every futures, which is bond futures, FX future, and stuff like that. If you want, for example, to add an order book for a new instrument, you have just to click on the plus book icon on the main ScalpTool window, and you will see the standard order book is coming out. So let's say we want to use the 6E, the euro dollar, 6E Z2 CME connect. As soon as you connect to the symbol, immediately the ScalpTool starts populating all the market depth. Selecting the D button, you will enable the vertical order book, and there we are. The ScalpTool is getting in with the vertical order book. Obviously, the vertical order book is strongly suggested, and if you want to use, let's say, a larger view for the order book, you can customize immediately your layout to medium or to large one, for example. That's really useful, because if you are dealing with a futures market like bonds and stuff like that, you will have plenty of information within the order book, and sometimes it's really interesting having the larger view. Nothing changes from the others. Like, for example, I want to use one lot and just moving at the orders. I'm just placing my lot on the 6E, and it's done. If I want to enable the time and sale, in this case you see the time and sale timing column. I usually don't use the timing because I really don't need that kind of information, but to see how to enable that, just view time and sale time. If you disable that, you will see just the quantity, the number of contract bought or sold, and the price of the action. What I suggest you is to use the ScalpTool with the sounds. I don't know if you guys on the other side can hear the sound of the ScalpTool, like beep, 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 or pop, 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 when someone is buying or selling huge size on the market. But to do that, from the standard order book, just select Settings and enable the sound TMF. Doing so, as soon as some big trades get in the market, you will hear like beep, beep, beep. or bop, 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 and stuff like that. Okay, here we are. So if there are no additional questions for the live trading and live market and what to do and how to do with the ScalpTool, I suggest you to fill out our polls, which will be out in a while. So let me see, just a couple of information that we are requesting from you as attendees. How did you get in touch with the ScalpTool is the first question. One is the USpeed website, Mirrors Futures, Zenfire, Trader Kingdom websites, search engine, or word of mouth. Okay. The other question we are asking is, are you mainly interested in trading US equity index futures, bond futures, currency futures, stock and cash instruments, or all? The vast majority of you are using, obviously, US equity index futures, as us from as we are using from the Europe, because we think that the US futures are probably the most liquid and active markets in the world. A few votes on the currency futures. Okay, nice. So thank you. Going to the next one and we finished. What are the main features you are looking on a trading platform? Okay. Nice. So thank you for your suggestion. That's really appreciated because as you see, the ScalpTool is a platform, a trading platform, mainly developed by a trader for his personal needs. And as an active trader, active scalper, Roberto really needs probably the best of the best. And the ScalpTool is constantly getting the ScalpTool is constantly getting developed by his team. So if you have an additional question or additional features you would like to see or to use, please feel free to suggest us. The ScalpTool team will be happy to take care about that. Okay, I would like to say thank you everybody. Thank you for attending this webinar. This webinar will be recorded and the registration link will be sent out around tomorrow probably. And thank you very much again for being present. Thank you for Mirrors Future and Zenfire. Thank you everybody, and back to you really, really soon. Bye bye.